everyone! I hope you're ready for another adventure, because today, Wayne reads Curious George. Always remember, if you want to follow along with these amazing adventures, all you have to do is like and subscribe for more amazing tales. Now I think that North Star will be perfect to join us for today's adventure. Now the North Star is here, let's jump in, because today we get to read Curious George and the Birthday Surprise. This is George. He is a good little monkey and always very curious. Today is a special day. The man with the yellow hat told George at breakfast, "I have a surprise plan and lots to do to get ready. You can help me by staying out of trouble." George was happy. Later, while George was looking out the window and being very good, he heard some twinkly music. It was coming from an ice cream truck. George watched as a whole line of children and their dogs enjoyed some ice cream treats. It looked like fun. But when the ice cream truck moved on, George forgot all about staying out of trouble and went to find some more fun of his own. In the living room, he found noisemakers and hats and games. Could this be part of his friend's surprise? Before George could find out, he spotted some streamers, balloons, and colored tissue. He could not resist. Decorating was easy for a little monkey. Still, George was curious about the surprise. And what was good smelling coming from the kitchen? George followed his nose. It was a cake, and it looked as good as it smelled. All it needed was frosting. George had seen his friend make frosting before. But today his friend was busy. Maybe George could help. He could frost the cake all by himself. First, George put a bit of this in the mixing bowl. Next, he added a bit of that. Then he turned on the mixer. The frosting whirled round and round. It was whirling too fast. But when George tried to stop the mixer, it only went faster and faster and faster. George lifted out the beaters of the bowl. Frosting flew everywhere. Poor George. He did not mean to make such a mess. He had only wanted to help. Now, how could he clean up the sticky kitchen? Just then, George heard the tinkly music again. The ice cream truck was coming back up the street, and George had an idea. Quickly, he opened the door and invited all the dogs in for a treat. In no time, the kitchen was clean as a whistle. When the dogs finished their snack, George took them back outside. The ice cream truck was still there, and so was his friend. "George," said the man with the yellow hat, "I've been looking for you. It's time for the surprise." George had found hats, games, decorations, and cake. He was curious. Was there a surprise party? Yes, it was a party. George was happy to see all of his friends. They were glad to see George too. "What great decorations," said Bill. "What a lot of presents," said Betsy. "Why don't you play some games with the guests, George?" the man with the yellow hat suggested. "I have one more thing to do." When George's friend came back, he was carrying a cake covered with candles. This wasn't just any party. It was a birthday party. But George was still curious. Whose birthday was it? He watched to see who would blow out the candles. The man with the yellow hat put the cake right down in front of George. That was a surprise. It was George's birthday. The party was for him. Everyone sang happy birthday. Then George took a deep breath and made a wish. Happy birthday, George. Oh wow! That was a lot of fun, being able to hang out with George on his surprise birthday. What did you like, North Star? I like that part too. We'll see you on the next adventure, okay? And we'll see you on the next adventure, here with Wayne Reads. Thank you for joining us, and we can't wait to see you again. Bye-bye!